Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's messages of love from above. And I'm excited for what Spirit's going to bring through today. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. Excuse me, my voice went away for a sec. But to send love out to the world. So if you want to join me in doing that, I, of course, welcome that. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together and send that beautiful love out to the world. So I'm going to just take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. We just let that love fall down into our heart and fill us up and then overflow out to the world, circling the globe, touching every heart, sparking it to higher and higher love vibration, that of unconditional love, bringing clarity of mind, clarity of sight and sound, and of speech and of feeling. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love energy in this moment for your own heart, your mind, your body, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you and to that loved one, just circling you both, or however many there are, in beautiful, beautiful rainbow of energy, allowing all your chakras and all of your bodies to align beautifully with wonderful, wonderful, higher unconditional love vibration, bringing health and happiness and joy and gratitude and laughter. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space and allowing your energy to join and multiply together. Before we get into the readings, I do like to let everyone know you have 2 days left to enter my Monday drawing. Every Monday, I have a drawing where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. On Tuesdays, I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away, how you can get into the drawing, and any other kind of giveaway news. So if you want to check that out, make sure to look at that video. I do have, it's the end of the month, of course. Happy July, everybody. Can you believe it? It's July. I don't know where the year has gone, but I do have at the end of the month, I have a giveaway where for my donors, anyone who's donated either in these lives or purchased a reading or anything throughout the entire month, I draw two names for two 30-minute personal recorded readings. Then weekly, for this week, I'm also giving away two 30-minute person recorded readings. And then for my monthlies for June, whoever has commented on that, and you still have a chance to comment on those and like them and watch them, of course, before the end of Sunday night. That's when I'll close down the drawing and I'll pull winners and and I'll be giving away two 30-minute personal recordings for that as well. This is going to be the last month that I'm doing monthly readings for a while. I'm going to be focusing my energies on some other projects. So I was nudged by spirit just to balance things out, and it seems like the monthly readings haven't been having a lot of interest lately, which is a sign that it's like, okay, it's done what it's need to do. So now we can use energy for something else, for a while at least. But these are for the summer and winter solstice anyway, which let me just post those so you can still take a look at those and see what the summer and winter solstice are bringing, because that's June 20th, right? All the way through June to July to August, all the way up to September 20th. So it's still going to be information that's handy, 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 handy. All right. Excuse me. And then each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this week's was who can use your help and how can you help them? So, really interesting reading this week. I know they always are, in my opinion, but these were a unique approach. So, I like those. And one of the projects that we're focusing energy on is the Take 10 with Zen. So we had a new episode come out yesterday, and these are just videos that are 10 minutes and less that just talk about how we can connect to the spirit world, or connect to ourselves more, and actually answer questions of my subscribers. So if you guys have something that you're wanting to know about spirituality or how to overcome things or any challenges that you are wondering, "Well, how does spirit, what do they have recommendations?" Um, Please, watch those. And it does tell you how you can, comment on that video or send me an email. And I will, consider the subject matter for future episodes. So I love that. All right. And I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about at this point. So let me get my desktop all set up here. And if you are new to my channel, better move my coffee here before I spill it. Um, or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, welcome. Very glad to have you here. We have a wonderful soul family who have huge hearts and huge senses of humor, which I am so glad because I love to laugh. And spirit is naturally, our natural essence is joy and laughter. So I love the energy that comes in with all that too. All right, I think I've got it all set up here. Okay. So how the readings work is for the free readings, I go down in order of the chat, first come, first serve. So there's no special list. The chat is the list. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or general guidance, whatever. Spirit knows what you want, and we'll pull cards and see what messages come through for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I will prioritize those readings and step out of the free readings to complete them. I dive deeper in them too, pulling more cards, and then I return back to the free readings and then continue down the list. I try to get through as many free readings as I can because I know not everyone is able to make donations. So I'm usually on for a couple hours. I usually get to some free readings during that time. Sometimes I get a lot of donations, which I'm so grateful for because that's how I eat and pay for my expenses. And it allows me, I have a beautiful host who allows me to live in her cellar. I call it the cellar, it's the basement, for free, which helps, but I still have to eat and, phone and different little expenses that we have, of course, in this day in life of our existence. So that helps me be able to do all of this. Otherwise, I'd be working a full time job and not being able to go on a whole lot because I'd be exhausted, right? So that's how that works. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat. Also, in the pinned comment in the chat and the description box of the video, I supply my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So, however you'd like to make a donation, you can use any of those. And I don't look at dollar amounts because I know, our finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So, whatever anyone donates is the perfect amount. And I don't look at that. So, think that's everything. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to be using this beautiful Circle of Life tarot today. I've been using it for the last few days, and I really like it. And then maybe even the Ravenous Dracon tarot, which should be up after that. All right, so we will get started here. And hello, everybody. Hope everyone's having an amazing weekend. And here we go. So, Dijona, you are up first for the first free reading, and you want to know whatever comes out. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So, you do have the Knight of Cups coming in here, which is a movement of emotion. I love the turtle on here too, because there's this wonderful, it's like coming out of our shell, allowing emotion to flow. And I feel like this is the message that they're having here is that it's okay to begin to allow more and a more emotion to flow. There is no wrong emotion. We all come here to experience both the lower vibration emotions and the higher vibration, and it's okay to experience both of those. So neither's wrong, neither's right. They bring us different experiences. And I feel like their message for you is it's okay. You can get sad, you can get angry. Just realize afterwards if it's not something you want to feel going forward, you can look at what's the root of that fear, because those lower vibrational emotions we feel are rooted in a fear of some sort. And we're going into fight or flight, right? So if it's not of unconditional love, then it's a fear. And we always have a choice, which is great. We're not trapped in only feeling all these emotions we're told we're supposed to, right? There's this beautiful empowerment that comes saying that we get to feel whatever it is we want to feel. And we are taught, of course, all these opinions, popular opinions of how you're supposed to feel, but that's just opinion. You get to choose. So I love this energy coming in here for you, Daijona. It's you have permission to feel whatever you want to feel. And if people don't like it, well, that's their feelings and they can choose to feel that way too, right? So that is what's going on there. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So LA, you are up next. And you want to know how is July looking for you? All right. Well, it's interesting, because in tarot, usually the strength card is card number 8 and the justice card is card number 11. But originally, the way that tarot had come out, like way, way back in the day, was this reversal. But I love when it appears because it's the only two cards that are really ever different in a tarot deck. And this shows your inner strength, your connection with spirit. But I love the justice card coming in for you just because of everything that's going on in your life. That justice is coming forward, this inner strength is coming in, and to continue to connect to your higher self, continue to try to look at things from the standpoint of your higher self instead of your human self. I almost want to be like, they're pinning you down. Your higher self is pinning you down to show you, you know, the power that you have over your life and the co-creativeness, because the justice card is of course, the scales and the ace of swords, which is connecting more and more to the higher truths, the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love that allows us to cut away the fears. And the more that we're focusing on this higher energy, the more we attract in those higher vibrational things. So I feel like July, they're saying there's such a great opportunity to really step into your power, your inner strength, and see the balancing of justice of the outside world coincide with the justice and the balancing of what's happening on the inside. Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So as you feel this balancing of unconditional love, cutting away fears, you also see the outside world balance and bring in that these resolutions, this based on all this inner strength. So it feels very positive for me there, LA. And I like it. Very, very empowering. If and it being a major arcana, there is very much a strength and a significant change in your life. You're so funny. Oh no, scary looking card. Oh, wait a minute. Yay. Money, money, money. I know, right? Oops. That is part of the balancing though, of the worth and everything. So I like it. You're so funny. But that's what they have for you, LA. So I like it. Many blessings to you. All right, cheery. Are your coins balanced now? Let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know about these balanced coins. All right, here we go. I would say that there is definitely positiveness with that question. 10 of Pentacles, overflowing abundance, things flying in there. So I really feel like there's a huge amount. Um, 10 is a wonderful overflowing of pentacles and abundance. So you've got tons of coins. Uh, Five on each side is very much balanced. So this would be a yes, that there's been this release, and there's even the little inner child. It's like, yay, the inner child is happy and celebrating. So I like it. It feels like you've released a lot, and the scales are balanced. So abundance, with all of those is what's that represents the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like the forest fields are down, and you're about to feel this inflow of wonderfulness, of abundance. So I like it, Cherry. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe that you times two that did it, right? You're like, you went through the entire 40 videos in 2 days. So boom, I like it. Sorry, went down the wrong pipe there. All right. So many, many blessings to you, Cheery. And Divine Feminine Chronicles, you'll be the next one up for the free readings. But I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Christy, for the donation. Hope you're doing well. And you'd like to get a lovely general reading for this new month. I like the request. And I want a lovely reading. Not like, I want to just know some good stuff, right? So let's take a look here. All right. So it's like stepping stones, two, two, and two. I like it. So steps going forward here. All right. So you do have movement happening here for this new month of July, starting off with the King of Swords, not the King of Swords, the King of Wands. I was looking at the swords over here. So, the King of Wands, one represents like our higher self, our soul. It's the highest spiritual energy that we can experience in the suit. So there is this wonderful connection with your higher self and really stepping into your power. It's entrepreneurial type of leading your passions and or supervisory, it's management. There's this powerful energy with it that people are attracted, people are drawn to listen to you. And it's like this natural leadership energy is coming in this month. And you also have here the Page of Swords, which is new communication, new ways of looking at things, and new ideas coming in too. So I like this here for this month because it does feel like there's this new way of expressing your energy that's coming in, new ideas, new knowledge. So I feel like you're learning something significant here through this process, and I feel like it's like drawn to the outside world. I don't feel like so much that it's. Well, I mean, we're always learning spiritual things, but I feel the emphasis of these cards, excuse me, is more like, I don't know, like job or education towards job or training, or there's just feels like it's human mental knowledge coming in around exerting your power, not like, uh like a dictator like that. It's like you're able to show your strength, able to show your how you can, move and get things done. So it feels very like leadership, like I'm saying, it's like leading and learning this month. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, let me just turn this the correct way here. All right, there we go. I like this 10 of Wands and the Empress card too, because the Empress card is new birth, new beginnings, harvest, freedom. And I like this, type of energy coming in because with the 10 of Wands, Ten of Wands by itself can sometimes feel like burden, but when it's with an Empress, is all about the harvest. The Ten of Wands also is about harvest, and all the energy that you've been putting into things, you're seeing fruition come from it. Usually, it shows like a camel or a person, someone with 10 big wands. They're carrying them on their shoulder, which that's the duality of the card. Is it can be like, oh my god, what a burden you're carrying, or it can be like, oh my god, what a harvest you've had, and look what you're carrying. you know with the Empress coming in, I feel it is very much more about abundance coming in. Yeah. Yeah. Because we do have the King of Pentacles coming in. So, King of Wands and now King of Pentacles, too, which this is all about abundance, overflowing, ness, and looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in powerful ways. And you have the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind as well, coming in all through here. So I like you had the page, which is, gives you the Ace of Swords that relieves fears and allows you to have this peaceful mind as it's coming in here. So I really like this. I mean, it's very um I feel like you're busy this month. I just feel like there's a lot going on, but you're learning, like you have a lot of mental training or studying, or you're learning a new position or learning new software, or you're learning. There's this like learning, 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 learning. I just feel like your mind is really activated in peaceful ways, though. I mean, you're not like stressed about it with the Four of Swords, but I feel like there's definitely this abundance that comes in through all this, where you just feel like you're making huge progress. And again, this leadership, you have two kings, which definitely has divine masculine energies of moving forward and taking control and initiating things, like the magician, rather than sitting and waiting, right? And I feel like I want to pull a oracle card for you, but I'll let you choose. You have choice between 1 through 9. Um, so I'll let you pick the deck. Dun dun dun. And then I will pull cards from it. We're making it all interactive. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So you actually got the archetype cards by Carolyn Miss, which is about personality. So let's take a look here and see uh, who is coming into your life here. Okay. So these will be, I feel like it's I don't feel like this is two individuals. I feel like this is one individual. It's a hermit, and we got the heroine coming in here too. So these have shadow and light attributes, which when someone's in their lower energies, they exhibit certain characteristics. And when we're in our higher, lighter attributes, we're showing those characters. It's like our zodiac, how each sign has a lower vibration and a higher vibration expression. And that's what's coming in here. So there is someone here that usually seeks solitude to focus on their inner life, and they kind of serve their personal creativity, but they're showing themselves here with passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So I feel like with your journey this month, I almost feel like this is a mirror for you too. It's like you're moving from a hermit into heroine, and I feel like there's someone that's mirroring that for you too, that you meet. Maybe if you're having some sort of training or learning of some kind, I almost feel like you meet someone that's on that same type of path, and they're just like, oh, I know. It's like you bond with someone because you're both kind of maybe introverted a little bit, or you've been hermiting, and there like, I got used to just being by myself, and they're like, oh my god, me too. I just these large crowds or large classes, ugh, but I feel like you bond through it all, and you both help each other because you're mirroring each other too. So I like it for you, Christy. So that's what they have for you right now. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. And have a wonderful July. Excuse me. You are very welcome. All right. And Nova, thank you so much for your donation. Let me take a look here and see if you asked a question up above. If not, pop it down below and we will prioritize that here. There it is. Yay, thank you. So, what is it that makes your voice and the vibration from your vocal cords into something transmuting? Oh, okay. All right. You go. You got the 9 of wands, vibration, your inner vibration, the hermit's journey. What does it is our spiritual energy that's coming through and being expressed. Everything is actually vibration. If you haven't had a chance to check out the Take 10 with Zen from yesterday about is love real, um, uh, take a look at that too, because it talks about everything is vibration. Everything is love vibration. And we experience it differently through our eyes, our ears, our bodies, our hearts, our brains, and it really, they went in within 10 minutes, they went very deep. And I was just like, whoa, that's not what I thought was going to, come through there. But, with your vocal cords, how it helps transmute other people's energies, other people's emotions, other people's experiences has to do with this love energy that, you know, when we're focusing on unconditional love, just speaking puts things out. I know that the more that I connect with unconditional love, uh, you know, just the vocal cords, just speaking, um, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm talking to friends and I'm just talking about a TV show that we watched, and they're just like, "I feel so much more peaceful now." And they're like, "Your voice is so calming." And it's like, it's the energy that comes through the vocal cords. And so when spirit is there and you're sitting in this place of unconditional love, it comes through. Let's see what these other cards say here too. Well, yeah. Definitely is about the internal, because here you have the 9 of swords, and this is the nightmare insomnia. So this is the fearful type of energy that gets transformed, and you can see here how the difference in the light that this brings in. So there is this beautiful ability that transforms, and you help transform thought and belief here with the Knight of Swords. So when we realize that we are emotional beings who think, not thinking beings who feel. There's a difference. Our core is that we're feelers. That's what actually develops first in our brain and our cortex here. Um, and there's this when when we convert and transmute emotion within us, like when we're younger and we're babies and as we're children growing up, we feel an emotion and we either, if it's fear, then we create all these thoughts around that because we don't want it to happen again, and we create all these thoughts and beliefs create from one emotion. It's all these thoughts, right? Also, if there's pleasure and we're happy and we like those feelings, we have a bunch of thoughts. So if we transmute and we change an emotion of fear, it impacts a lot of thoughts, because there's not just one thought related to one emotion. There's tons of beliefs and thoughts around it that do that. And so when that emotion gets transformed from fear into unconditional love and the higher vibration, all of the thoughts that are related to it convert or disappear because they are untrue. And our brain goes, nope, I'm not going to believe that anymore. It lets stuff go. So I feel like that, if that is kind of what you're asking, is how does your voice and the vibrations from your vocal cords transmute things in the outside world in your life and others, is because it's the love energy that goes out, sparks the love energy, unconditional love energy in someone else. That, because we don't change people from the outside in, we all change from the inside out. We can't change people's minds. Trust me, I tried for many, many decades when I was a manager. I tried to change people's minds, and people, um when their hearts change, their actions and beliefs change, right? Again, emotions change. So we change the world by changing hearts. And how do we change hearts? By sparking unconditional love in others, by loving unconditionally or vibrating unconditional love out to the world. So that is what they're wanting you to know there. Hopefully that answers your question there, Nova. Absolutely, absolutely. Beautiful. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Let me just make sure here. Okay, no, that's not a donation. Let me just get that out of the way. All right. And we will scroll back up to the top where we left off in Divine Feminine Chronicles. You're up next here, and you want to know what's coming towards you in love. Let's take a look here. Wow, you got 10 of Pentacles coming in here. So the 10 of Pentacles, you've got, the family, the 10 of Pentacles is like the almost like a legacy type of card where there's all this abundance, all this fullness that comes in, and it's the partner, it's the children, it's the dog, it's the family tree, it's the abundance, it's the things that we look for in the outside world. This is what's headed towards you in love, is the possibilities of, like, for me, the 10 of Pentacles isn't like a stepping stone, like a soul mate who's a stepping stone to get you to your, what I call a soul partner, which is the person you end up with the rest of your life. I feel like soul partners on their way to you. And that's what's coming in. And the more you focus on your inner love, raising your love vibration, and the more they're working on that, the faster you guys come together. But I do feel like you guys are headed toward each other. I don't feel like it's like this close where you're like, hey, but I feel like it is definitely headed towards you based on current energies, definitely this year. Um, and the timing in it all has to do with how much you're raising your love vibration, and also them as well. So I feel like things have kind of um, slowed down in the romance and dating um, and love area of your life. And it's on purpose so that you don't draw in, the old vibration, lower vibration people that you're like, no, because when we do what we always did before, we get what we always got before. But this is a new journey, a new level that you're stepping into there. So I like that for you, and that's what they have for you right now. Divine Feminine Chronicles. So many blessings to you. Hey, Priya. Hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And I think I see you ask a question a little ways down, so we'll get to you here in a moment. But in the meantime, we've got lovely Lovey that's up next. Hello, hello. And you'd like a 2-week forecast. All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got coming in here. Wow. So you do have the Lover's card that's coming in here, which can mean, that you do have an important relationship that is created here. It can be best friends, it can be romantic, can be connection with old family member, or that, like I said, this best friend type of feel, but it's significant relationship is ignited over these next 2 weeks, or reignited. So I like that for you. It's just very powerful. It's very with it being the major arcana, it's significant for you. So I like it for you. But definitely, um, we have it coming in there. Let me see if they'll give us any idea here. Yeah, we have the 10 of swords. So this does have to do with chunking out a lot of expectations, right? The 10 of swords is I'm just tired of trying to please everyone else and I'm going to be me. I'm throwing out a lot of these rules, which helps open up this connection. It allows it to come in, or it allows you to notice it because, when we have a lot of expectations and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and all those, it blinds us from being able to see things on either side here. But the more we remove them, we're like, well, look at all these possibilities and look at all this stuff and what, like I said, is possible where felt impossible before. So I like that for you, lovey, lovey. And that's what's coming in right now for you. So many blessings. All right. And Anjali, you will be up next here. And thank you, Nova, for your additional donation there. And as soon as I see your question, we'll pop down there just for the sake of time, though. I'm going to uh, pull a card here for Anjali with whatever comes out. And you have the Two of Swords, which does show here that you're in the midst of some decisions to be made. And when the Two of Swords comes up, we always have this mental choice of the story that we put to situations. I feel like part of the message is to close your eyes and open your heart. Don't let it be just a mental decision and not let your heart have a seat at the table. But also, this awareness that we're the ones that put the story to whatever's happening in our life. And we do have all these opinions, popular opinions of what something is supposed to mean, what story we're supposed to put to it that we've been given growing up. But those are usually ones of fear, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing conditional love. But we have a second option of looking at it from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love instead. So we can look at a situation like, you know, um, I got fired from my job. That's supposed to be the story I'm supposed to put to it is that's devastating. But I can also look at it from a higher perspective, knowing and trusting that everything unfolds for me. So instead of feeling like, oh, this happened to me and I'm in my victim mode, I can go into my everything is happening for me gratitude mode and going, okay, why did I want this to happen for me? Where's the silver lining? Because there is one. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I wouldn't have left this comfortable job, and I wouldn't move towards my dream if I was so comfy. So this was moved out of my life so I can move forward into something more alignment with me. So you see the difference that we can make. But that's the stories that we're putting in here, one of fear or one of higher knowledge and unconditional love. So I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know right now, Anjali. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. Right. And Mila, you'll be my next free reading coming up here. And after I jump down and pull here, thank you so much, Nova, for your additional um, donation here. Absolutely. Messages from spirit and source. So it's, you know, whatever you believe your higher power is. So we always are open minded with all of that, right? So let's take a look here and see. Um, Also, I feel like I want to pull a oracle card for you, and you have a choice between 1 through 9. So if you want to make your choice, I will pull from that as well. Hey, Needy, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too. You're welcome, lovey. All right, number 7. So we're going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well. It is the higher self oracle. What do you know? So let's take a look here and see what spirit and source and creator and all of they have for you here. All right. And thank you, Dune. I do see your donation came through there. So thank you. All right. So, Nova, we've got the ask for guidance card. You're like, well, that's what I'm doing. I like it though. Beautiful card there. Let's see what message comes in here. So it starts off with a quote from Les Brown that says, ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. And it says, do you need clarity about a situation? Have you been confused or feel limited about choices in your life? Have you been presented with various options and feel uncertain which choice to make? This card urges you to directly ask for divine guidance, either from your higher self or your spiritual team, rather than absorb yourself in a cycle of uncertainty and confusion. If you've been asking for guidance, then your higher self wants you to remember that it communicates to you either via intuitive nudges or through symbolic messages. And the messages may come in the form of animals or numbers or through another medium. Familiarize yourself with the ways your higher self communicates and decode the symbols to understand the messages provided. The universe has provided you with many helpers who eagerly await your request for guidance. You have available unto you guardian angels, ancestors, archangels, spirit guides, and hosts of other beings who patiently wait to help you. And these beings can help you in every area of your life. And they can also help you with material things and abundance, as well as building confidence, faith, and patience. This is a reminder that you are not alone and that help is all around you. Just ask. Wow. So that's awesome. Messages from them. They're like, we're here. You can ask us for anything, and we are definitely there to assist you. I like, it's a great reminder, um, even to like to make it a daily practice because they honor our free will and our power of choice. We are the co-creators of our life, and so much of it is about our energy we put out and the choices we're making, and they honor that. They will have reminders like this, and I think you said you do see angel numbers frequently, and this is like them saying that they will have little nudges. They will have like repeating numbers or synchronicities just to go. It's like them going just to remind us they're in the room. Oh yeah, you are here. You can help me with this, right? And they're like, oh, I can. So it's like they're nudging and letting us know that they're just, before we come down here, we ask them to do a certain amount of things, and they're always busy having those things to come to pass. And those are easy breezy. They're like, we can multitask, trust me. And so they're doing all these things, but we can, of our own free will, ask them for support while we're down here. And they want to do extra stuff too. So I like this, that this is just a reminder, even if you put even an alarm on your phone or something, um, you know, and or if it's part of your daily meditation, you just make it part of your opening in the morning of, "Hey, everybody. So I love you. I'm grateful for you. And hey, if you want to meddle in my life today and bring me things from my highest experience, I am open and I ask you of my own free will." Something like that. And it definitely comes in. And I feel like they are telling you here that they have been aiding you here in this, and you've been doing this work. The Ace of Swords is all about, connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, those that are rooted in unconditional love, which helps you cut away these Eight of Swords. Eights are like this flowing, and so this is like recognition that you have been looking at thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped before, and there's this opening, there's this flow of it that's happening, and so, this is wonderful, energy coming in. And you have the 7 of Wands too, which I feel like the 7 of Wands energy is telling you that you are protected. I feel like this is spirit and your posse, that all these wands, are protecting you. Normally, the 7 of Wands has people that are these wands are attacking, but you have all of these that are balanced, that are watching, and that you are protected and you're guided and you're not alone. I feel like that's an important thing, is that you're never, ever, ever alone in this too. And I just feel like, numbers 1, 6, 7, and 8, for some reason, really resound here, which makes sense. It's like, maybe some of those are the numbers that you're seeing, but it is like this. You're not alone, and they want to recognize the work that you've been doing and the freedom of thought and belief and the fears that you've been drawing away, and this freedom feeling that has really been coming in for you too. So, I like it, I like it, I like it. Yeah, and the 7, yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's interesting because, I have, like, they're in 2 rows, the 9 cards, and sometimes they'll have me start counting from here to 7 or here to 7, or they'll have me, start here and go this way, or that and go that way. So it's still, um they still nudged, and so I feel like it was perfect. Absolutely. So I'm liking this for you. So thank you again so much for your donation. And I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, you have the 9 of Cups coming into the wish come true card, wish fulfillment. So yeah, ask us to help you with your wishes. Dreams do come true. Yay. Alrighty. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And let's take a look here. Okay. I trust. I know, right? They are trustworthy. Human characters, I don't put too much trust in those, but I do put trust in the spirit world for sure. All right. So, Dune, I do see here that Starfall's donation actually came in first. So, I will complete that, and then you'll be next, Dune. All right. So, Starfall, you feel very betrayed by relatives. Okay. I and B. What can you see about it if you distance yourself and cut off contact? All right. Let's take a look here, and let's take a look and see what does Spirit want you to know. Okay. Okay. So, that's I. This is B. All right. All right. Well, I had a feeling. And we'll probably start with that card since it's the only one that showed itself here. All right. And then that's the outcome. All right. So your first card here is the Devil card, which is Capricorn energy, but it's ruled by Saturn, Saturn energy, which is the workhorse. And what Saturn energy does, what the Devil card does, you see everyone has these, collars, these chains around their neck, and they're held down. The Saturn energy comes in to really, if you've ever read about a Saturn return, it's when Saturn, it takes like 25 years or something for it to come back to where we were at when it was born. And when it comes around in our mid 20s ish, it rattles our cage to have us question all of these beliefs that we've had about our past, all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that we've been given all our lives. And it challenges and it rattles it and it shakes it because it wants us to let go and free us of these chains that we've been, all these popular opinions that caged us in and have us trapped. They want us to make it aware of them because we get so used to them being there, we don't even realize that we're trapped because we're looking through the bars, going, "Well, this is interesting life. Why can't I move forward?" Because we're our head is through the bars like this. And they're like, if they shake it, we're like, "What is this?" And then we like, "I'm in a cage." And it brings freedom through all this. So part of what is happening here with this betrayal feeling that you're feeling is a mirror. And one of the huge things that's so freeing is, and I realized I learned this through feeling betrayed in my romantic relationships. 3 out of 5, specifically 3 out of 5 betrayal of going, people like cheating and going outside the relationship. But when the mirror came of spirit saying, "So what did you learn through this betrayal?" And I'm like, "That people can't be trusted," and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, "Okay, calm down," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Sorry." And they're like, "So if every one of those was a mirror, what did you learn about yourself? How did you betray yourself?" And I'm just like, "What? How did I cheat on myself? How did I betray my own trust?" And we're like, "Oh, because, our self-worth comes from in here, inward and upward, capital S self. So this is where we are designed to get our self-worth from, but we tend to turn to retail price of the outside world, which is what value do I feel I am to others? And that's what I was doing was I was cheating on myself and betraying myself and going to the outside world to define me, and my higher self, my true self is going, why are you going outside of our relationship for this? Why are you betraying yourself in some way? And so with the Saturn energy coming in, the first thing to that can aid you in this is step back and take a deep breath and go, okay, what are they mirroring for me? How in what way am I betraying myself? Where are these emotions coming up for me, for myself? Because that's why we recognize it in others, is because we have it in ourselves. And if you distance and cut yourself off from them, an example, this is why they wanted me to mention my relationships, because when number 1 did that, I ended it, I moved on to number 2, who did that, number 2 didn't do that, but no, then number 3 did that, and then number 4, it's like, you can run, but you can't hide, and if we distance ourselves and cut ourselves off, we can, but just know we're still going to end up retaking the class with another teacher that's teaching the same subject. So it's like spirit is saying you can cut that off if that makes you feel good for now, but just know you're signed up for the next semester with other individuals that will betray you in some way to bring those forward for you. So they want you to know that overall to start off. And then they wanted to give you a little insight into each of the individuals because they did have this um, energy here. And we'll see what the outcome is here too. Okay, yeah. So for I, whoever that one is, we've got two eights. They have this flowing going on here. They're facing their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and they have these fears that are zipping around inside. And they have the 8 of Cups too, which is them looking at what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. This is their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and these are the emotions that no longer serve. So they're going through this transition, and they're on their own little journey of stuff flowing, and they are letting go of old beliefs and old emotions and relationships that they feel no longer serve. So they're going through this huge um shaking too. Um and um so when you realize, when people are in fear, when humans go into fear, we do stupid stuff because our intelligent, mature, loving, compassionate side of us, when of our human adult, self, when our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, it sounds alarm and it shuts them out. They're gone. So the intelligent, compassionate, loving person is gone. And then who's left? A little 2-year-old with their pet cat, and they're the ones making decisions. And so when you look at the state of the world and you realize, oh, when people are in fear, they do stupid shit. That's what happens. And we know too, it's like, "Why did I do that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was in fear. I wasn't thinking," like when people, "I wasn't thinking straight." You're right, you weren't thinking because you were in fear. It's like when you're panicking, when you're drowning, someone comes up to you, you're just like you smack people upside the head and you grab onto them and drag them under the water like you're trying to kill them. And people do that to us when we're around someone who's fearing, and then we're like, "Oh, okay. This wasn't about me. This was about them." So I's actions were about them, what's going on inside of them. And then B seems to be going through this balancing too. This with the temperance here, they're going through this transformation. And the Two of Cups with them, they're having like this emotional choice, this fear. Every moment is a choice between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And this is saying that they were in this fearful place too that was coming in here. So overall, they just wanted to show you that they were in fear. So their actions are, you know, what what they were based on, like a 2-year-old in that number two, the 2-year-old in control. And so when a 2-year-old says, "I hate you," or they do something like kick you in the shins, we don't take it as personally as when an adult does it, because like you should know better. But when people are in fear, they don't know any better because they are acting like a child, literally. We all do. Ultimately, we have the tower, which tells you that people are removed out of your life for you, and people are moved into your life for you. And so the tower tells us, trust us that we will remove people out of your life when they no longer serve you, and you can trust that. And then they'll come, and um, it'll clear the pathway for you to move forward. But if we move something out, then something else will be moved right in to, replace it. So, yeah. So, the thing about forgiveness is that we can choose to stop being a vessel of pain because of someone else's words or actions, especially when their expression of their, whatever they're saying and doing has nothing to do with us. They're saying stuff. And so when you realize they're looking in a mirror, so when they're putting you down, they're actually that's how they feel about themselves. It's like it goes back to the little 2-year-old. "I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks on you." Well, that's actually a very wise mirroring awareness that whatever people are saying, whatever people are doing has nothing to do with us, because they're seeing the world through their eyes and they're looking in a mirror. And so if someone comes up to a mirror, like you see someone at a gym with those mirrors, and I go up and they're like, "You're funny looking," in the mirror. You're like, "Okay, so they think they're funny looking. That's interesting." Well, that's when someone points at you, there's 3 fingers pointing back at them. When we realize that their actions are about them and not about us, we can stop taking their actions personally, because no one, even though we're taught people can make me feel a certain way, they can make it easier or harder for us to make choices, but we are the ones that choose to be hurt. And when we realize that when someone says something, if someone comes up to me and says, "I think you're an alien from another planet," I'm like, "You might have a point." You know, I'm like, "I'm probably not. At least this body is not from another planet." I'm like, "Okay." I don't take it seriously because I don't believe it. But if they came up to me and says, "I think you're unlovable and you don't deserve love," because there's an insecurity within me and a belief that I have that maybe I'm not, then I take it personally and I'm impacted by it. So I feel like a big piece of it is to realize, take a step back and realize that, what they're saying, first of all, it was all about them, but what do I believe about it? What is this mirror showing me that I want to see about myself? Because trust me, people saying stuff that hurts our feelings, it's gonna be there forever until we look at that trigger and we question the fear that we have about, are they right with what they said? Or I'm afraid other people are gonna believe it, and why would I think other people would believe it? It's like we get to the core of these beliefs and we're able to set ourselves free, where when someone, points their finger and says, "You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about." In my mind, I spin it and turn it right around going, "Okay, they feel they're stupid. They feel like they don't know what they're talking about." I have compassion for them because I'm like, whatever's coming out of your mouth isn't about me, it's about them. Especially if you look at our political arena or, TV when people are all, "That person is blah, 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 blah." You're like, "Well, that's how they feel about themselves." It just tells us a lot about their own feelings. So, um I feel like that is what is coming in for you right now, Starfall. So hopefully that is helpful. I know, all of us go through that because we're all taught that what other people say about us is true. And when we are able to see that we're just a mirror, and if someone comes up and says, "I see a monkey," it's because they're a monkey. If someone comes up and says, "I see a squirrel," you're like, "Well, it's because you're a squirrel," because that's what they see in their own reflection. So that is what is coming in there for you, Starfall. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I hopefully that helps. All right. So Dune, you were up next, and yep, and then Love 1 2 3 4. I do have yours after that. All right. So, June, let me just find your question up here. Okay, there you go. So, you made a new investment in stocks. Will it be a good investment or will you lose your money? All right, we'll take a look here. And of course, whenever anyone asks about medical or lawyers or, investments, all that, I do have to say that I'm not a licensed professional in any of those fields, and that tarot is designed for entertainment purposes. So ultimately, everyone makes their own decisions. And of course, seeking professional licensed assistance is recommended. All right. And sorry if you guys can hear the dogs bark in there. They're by themselves, and someone must be out in the front yard. They're protecting me. All right. So let's take a look here and see, what does spirit. All right. Boom, boom, boom. What do they want you to know about your investments here? All right. Well, seems to be that the things look well here. You've got the King of Wands, which is um, you know, trusting your power, trusting your decisions, because this is about entrepreneur and leading and feeling this energy and this focus here, which I like that to start off. We have the peace of mind card. So I'm like, okay, so they want you to have peace of mind. And then you have the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. This really tells me positive results here. And then you also have the Page of Pentacles, new abundance coming in. And then the Ace of Cups, which is woohoo, a feeling of new higher emotion. So with all of these coming in here, it feels like that this has a good result here, with all of these, because there's not any of these that brings in concern for me. So I like it for you, Dune. Boom, boom, boom. Easy breezy. Fast and easy. I like that clear message there for you. So, boom, here we are. So that is what they have. So thank you again for your donation, and many blessings to you, Dune. They don't have anything else to say. They're like, they I guess you just wanted a very clear answer. You didn't want like extra today. You're just like, yeah, exactly. All right. All right. So, love 1 2 3 4. Thank you so much for your donations. And let's take a look here at your 3 questions. So, question number 1. All right. So that's the feelings and that's the crossing paths. All right. And then, all right. Wow. Sorry. Well, these cards fell out. Evidently can't read and shuffle at the same time. All right. Well, around cards too. So, okay. So, should you send a message? And then number three. Okay. And then, of course, what I mentioned about medical there just a moment ago, my disclaimer does apply here. All right. All righty. So let's take a look here and see, first of all, their view and how they see you here. So they've got the Queen of Swords balancing heart and mind. So they definitely see you as someone who balances both of these. You have a good head on your shoulders. You um, aren't just a brainiac, though, that doesn't make decisions. You got emotional intelligence and you have noggin intelligence. Okay, we'll just put it that way. You know the corporate speak. And the 3 of Wands. They do know that you're headed in a different direction. They can just sense it, know that you're headed. The 3 of Wands is that you will make choices for you and you're not afraid to go wherever you feel you can go when you have new information and things. So I feel like they have this here. So that's what is coming in with that. And then will you cross paths again here? I feel like you will, because I feel like here with the Knight of Swords is new communication, new contact, and the Eight of Wands is energy and movement but I kind of felt like this is paths. It's almost like they're like they're turning around and you're turning around because you're like, "Hey, hey," because that's what I saw when I saw this. So, so I like that here. Um, so I really like that right here. So um, that is what we have for that first question there. Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, and Jody, I'm not sure if you're asking if I had completed yours yet, and I have not. If that's your question. All right, and then number two. So, should you take action and message, message, message? Well, you do have the Knight of Sword. I mean, the Knight of Wands is fast moving energy coming in, and here is the you know strength card here, the inner strength card, which I feel like your answers are going to come fast enough here. Um, that that might just be overkill. I almost feel like it's beating a dead lion. I don't know why they're saying that. It's like, trust that things are going to come fast so you don't have to try to, you know, um, you know, overkill. So that's what I feel like that one. I don't feel like uh you need to do that. So that's what's coming through there. Okay. And then question number 3, let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, with this combination, I don't think so. We've got the 6 of Swords, which is moving from fears into, not anything there. You know, um, there's like this, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters that are coming in there. And so there's that energy, of movement. You also have the tower. Things being moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose. Also the magician card, which is action and taking action. And so, there is about you maintaining your own health, with that here. And you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is about the slowest moving knight in the outside world. But there is, this is slowness of the outside world. And I feel like resting and is important too, because here's like taking action. There's also like making sure you're resting and that you're maintaining your health and your rest too. Yeah. So um I feel like it that they'll get to the bottom of it. And even, taking action and with the magician card is looking into and doing what seeing what you can do to maintain your health in that area, that you're like, okay, so is it, uh, you know, you know, what are recommendations? Is there certain vitamins, foods, blah 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 blah? What can help? And I feel like that's important, but I feel resting also stress. I feel like is responsible for so many things that happen to the human body. Because when we're stressed, and if we ever go into fight or flight mode, what happens is our immune system shuts down. Our, so much happens that it, shuts down, and it, you know, it unfolds like that. So that is what they have there for you. So that's what's happening. That is what's happening. So that is what they have for you, love. 1, 2, 3, 4. So many blessings to you. And yeah, you are very welcome. All right. So yeah, I see that you can type now, Starfall. So yeah, it doesn't matter, like whether it's whoever it is. Um, it doesn't matter. It's either those characters or it'll be other characters. Um, it don't matter, right? I mean, like I said, we can run, but we can't hide. At one time, even, which is funny. Um, I'm gonna be vulnerable here. I uh, I was like, I was done with relationships, and so I was like, I'm not gonna date anyone. I'm not gonna see anyone. Blah 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 blah. And then I went on to this online community where, it's like a game type of thing where there's communities and you have an avatar and you go and you can build homes, you can do all this kind of stuff. You basically live a virtual life, but you can be who you want to be and you can be all these different characters and you create your character and it's all this stuff. And I ended up falling for someone on there. And that's when spirit goes, you can run, but you can't hide. And so that's what kind of comes in with that is that, Starfall, whoever we're having difficulties with, um, we're having difficulties because they're being a mirror, and everyone is a mirror for us. So whether it's teachers or romantic or family or bosses or coworkers or people on TV we don't even know, trigger, 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 trigger. They're going to be triggered for us, and especially with the devil card, which you had, I believe, was Saturn energy. They are going to be everywhere showing us because it's time for us to be set free. So, that's what's coming in there. So hopefully that helps. All right. I think that was all my donations for right now. So let me scroll back to the top here and we will continue with the free reading. So, Mia, Mia, hello, hello. I am great. I hope you're doing great. And you want to ask Felipe's feelings for you after he receives your birthday wishes. Ah, all right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Well, a variety of things here. We've got the moon card, which is, there's deep emotions below the surface of the waters. And they also have this feeling of Mother Luna, nurturing. And so they see you as someone who's very nurturing. And they see that they don't, not as like, oh, you're like my mother, not like that. They just feel this nurturing feeling, but there's the emotions are more underneath here. I feel like they've got a lot going on, of course, being around their birthday. And so I feel like they're, moving fast through all this stuff. They have like this, all this emotion that's happening, that's going on here. I feel like more later, um, they will, communicate more directly of thank you for that, and it'll spawn a conversation there. But I just feel like I don't know, I don't feel like there's, they've got the fool card too, which is like I feel like they have these emotions that they don't want expectations, they don't want attachments or pressure to have certain things. They are in this adventure feeling of they just want to explore and enjoy life and not feel like expectations put on them. So I like this free feeling, that they have. It's very, the full card is Aquarius air. It's ruled by Uranus. So they're very much like they don't want to do things the old ways. They want to enjoy spontaneity and to do things. And so um I feel like if you want to connect with them, after the birthday wishes, if you want to do something, if you're able to, like what's in the back of my head is like if you're like they're like, "Well, thank you so much for your birthday wishes." And you're absolutely, if you want to initiate something and do something surprising, you can do like, "Yeah, I'd love to take you out for lunch or for a coffee or something too, just to celebrate." Um, if you're up for it, and so like you initiating it and see what happens if that resonates with you. Otherwise, I feel like it's just going to kind of mesh in with all the other birthday wishes and everything else that's going on in their life, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming through, Mila Mia. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. You're very welcome. All right, Dana, thank you so much for your donation. So we will jump to your question there. And Bright Girl, you'll be the next free reading. So we will return to you here in a moment. And let me just take a look here. All right, so your question is there. So, why do you have this attachment with Mike? All right, let's take a look here, Dina. All right. Okay. Are they a fire sign by chance? Okay. And that one here. Because the first thing that I have here, we've got the King of Wands, which the reason I'm asking, I'm wondering if they're a oh, you're a fire sign? I'm like, I wonder if they're a fire sign because, part of this attachment and this attraction, fire signs do, and they might just have a lot of fire in their chart too. They have this draw that just draws us in. Usually they're um, nice looking and they have this energy that it just draws us in. The spirit will sometimes show like they're like Edward Cullen, Edward in Twilight, the vampire, when, uh, Bella was like, "I'm so attracted to you," and he goes, "I'm designed to attract you as my prey," and I feel like that's the type of energy. They're just like, there's this draw. So I feel like they wanted to let you know, first of all, there's this draw that comes in with that. Um, yeah, and the Page of Wands too, a lot of passion. It's like there's they ignite something within this energetic attraction because the Page of Wands is new passion, and you got two royals, the page and the king of this. So there is this huge energetic and maybe physical attraction combination here that just doesn't allow you to move past it here. Let's see what we've got. What else we have here? Yeah, and more fire. You have the 7 of Wands here, which is this energy of I don't know, they're usually this would be you, but I feel like this is them in this case with all this wand energy, that they seem to be like this bright light, and on a dark hill. And I don't know if you, like, met them or they did something around a time when you were feeling dark and low, and then they just were this bright light for a moment, within your life, and there's this, because I feel like there's this kind of like you're saying, this attachment that comes with this, um you're connecting this movement out from a dark period in your life with them, and there's like this subconscious emotional connection with that, what I feel is coming in here. We do have the Ace of Swords, so I like that you have this ability here to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm to see things from a different perspective where you can cut away some fears. So some of the attachment there might be the fear of losing conditional love, or the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear that something else, if they represented protection to you in some way, it's like, well, if the night is gone, then yeah, if the night is gone, then who's gonna protect me? And it's like, you're the one who actually, um, has the power. They aren't able they just ignite it and allow you to see within you your power and your strength. They were just a good mirror for you. You're like, "Wow, look how powerful they look," and they're like, they're a mirror. When you were looking at their power, um, when it's like they're showing me a knight, you know how the knights would have the helmets, that you couldn't see who it was, like the little grill, and they're all, like this with this fire. They're even showing me like this sword that's on fire. It's like this powerful person, and you're just like, whoa, look at them. But then they lift the visor and it's you, and it's showing you. And I love this for you because I feel like that awareness is what does allow you to have this rebirth, this ending, death and rebirth, this ending and beginning that comes in here too. So I feel the attachment has to do with that. Um, but I feel like realizing, and even if you can just close your eyes and imagine this night, this, champion, for you, and then see the visor be lifted and see it's you looking back at you. And I feel like that just helps you see where the power really lies there. So I feel like that is what they want you to know right now there, Dana. So hopefully that helps, with the attachment, because you really are attached to the power that you see in them, which we can't recognize it in someone else unless we recognize it in our own self. So I like it. Boom. I like it. All right. So thank you again for your donation, and many blessings to you, Dana. Hang in there. All right. So we left off with Bright Girl, and you want to know who is coming towards you. Well, got the Lovers card coming in here. So you definitely have a significant relationship coming in, either romantic, it can be best friend, or even, like a reacquainting with a family member that you lost contact with, or with your higher self. So this could be all of them or any of them, but you definitely have this significant connection that is coming, towards you. Let me see if they'll give us any idea of who it is. We have the Tower here, which is also about people knowing that whoever has recently left your life, that they were moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make room for this movement forward in this direction, and that this individual that's coming into your life, um, it would have been clashing had this other person remained in your life, if that makes sense. But that's what I feel is coming in there for you, bright girl. So I'm liking it. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the free readings here. All righty. Thank you so much, Mia Mia, for your donation. And if you want to pop your question down there, then I will do that next. But for the sake of time, I'm going to jump up to Love of Life 555 for your free reading. Any blessings coming to you? Well, you have the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like you actually are going to have two blessings, significant ones that are coming in. And I feel like they will be in the month of July here for you. And the blessings do come about with you um, taking action, because the Two of Pentacles represents, choice and balance as well. But it's the choices that you're making and the actions that you're taking in the outside world. They are in direct result of actions that you take. Because, like, swords are when we make a mental decision, cups are when we make an emotional decision, wands is an energetic decision, but pentacles are action, action, action. So, actually, action that you take in the outside world. You have these results in July from two different areas where it brings you in abundant feelings, either in attention from others or money, whatever feels like abundance for you. But it's as a direct result of what you're putting out, it's coming back to you and kind of like, multiplied. The reaping and sowing, the giving and receiving, this beautiful reflection that comes in. So I like that for you, Love of Life 555, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And Mia, Mia, thank you for your donation. So you want to know what will happen if you ask Felipe to see each other again, and what will come up uh, from there for you. So, all right, let's take a look here and see. And by see each other again, do you just mean hanging out, or are you planning on um, recommending like dating or all right, let's see. Well, maybe this answers my question. Well, Queen of Wands, boom. So let's take a look here. A date. Yeah, so we have the ending and the new beginning and the Ace of Pentacles being a new opportunity. So I feel like if you ask to go out, like especially like we were talking before, if you're like, hey, I'd like to take you out, for dinner or lunch or coffee. Like I'd like to take you out for your birthday. If you make it birthday to start off, I feel like that is the gateway to reconnect. And I feel like it brings an opportunity here for that here. We do have the Queen of Wands that popped in here, which is about you taking, um, initiative and the queen is movement. She manages her energy and this focus, and also she has a connection to spirit. So trust in your gut, trust in your instincts as you do it as well, on how and where and that type of thing. Trust the gut um, with that. And well, yeah, and then you have the wow. Okay, and I looked at for the result, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is about new birth, which is about abundance. So that's a very positive card. And you have the King of Wands too. Here's your divine counterpart. So very much it is this energy that comes in here. So I like it. It could lead to some passion. I don't see cups here right off the bat. It starts off as this energetic and physical, but we have the abundance and the grounding that comes in there too, which all the queens do have emotion underneath them, but the kings are more thought, more in their heads. So this is in their mind and in their body, and this is in your body and your emotions, the grounding in your emotions. So um, I feel like it's a start here, is the spark starts here. Um, will there be emotions eventually based on current energies? Yeah, we have 5 of cups, and so there is this movement of emotion and transformation of emotion. So there definitely has the possibilities for that to come in there. Of course, that's based on current energies whenever we're talking about the future, right? So those things always are changing moment by moment sometimes, right? But the biggest thing is trusting that whatever unfolds does unfold for us. And so the unknowingness is part of why we love coming here. But the possibilities are there. They're not waving you off, going, no, you're done. So they're like, hey, there's a possibility. And then there's not a faded, no, they need to get out of your life card. So we like that. All right. All right, so that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I know, an adventure, but take it moment by moment. Start with um, inviting them out to do something for their birthday. And, like, it doesn't need to be a date, the first one, right? It can just be platonic and say, I just want to take you out for your birthday. And they're like, cool. And then just let things unfold from there. Yeah. All right. So, new love, we are to you for the next free reading. And you want to know whatever comes out. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is very much about being true to your authentic self, and don't be swayed off your path by the other individuals in your life that you're afraid will get angry or punish you if you don't do what they want you to do, or that you'll lose people's support if you don't do what they want you to do. It's about being true to you, and you'll know that you're doing what's true for you because you're going to feel very much joy around it. It makes your heart sing, makes your heart feel full, and that's what you want to do more of. And so when you're thinking about decisions to be made and what happens next and any of that stuff, it's like, what do I want for my authentic self, not trying to please other people or mark off the list of supposed tos or shoulds or need tos or have tos or musts. It's about you being free and choosing for you. So I like that for you, new love. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And Lynx Lee, you'd like to know a little more about your July month here. We'll take a look here. Well, you have the Emperor coming in here. And the Emperor is Aries energy, new beginnings, taking charge. The emperor rules over the empire, and they always have a lot of advisors around them, self appointed advisors sometimes, right? Blah, 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 about what you should be doing, supposed to be doing, need to be doing, and all that. But this is a month for you to stand up and decide for you and not be afraid. Cut away the fears and take control and power over your life and make your decisions for you, and you know just cut away the fears. The emperor, like a new emperor, they always listen to the advisors, and they are feel like their authority is not in place because they're always doing what their advisors are telling them to do. But there's a point where the emperor goes against the advisors because it's something that they want, and then you exert your authority, and you have this self-respect is a huge word coming in for you. So I like this. Respecting yourself for July is a huge thing coming in there. So that is what is coming in. So many, many blessings to you. And Divine Light, you are the up next here. Hello, hello. You are very welcome. And what messages are there for you for the upcoming months? All right, let's take a look here. Well, you have the magician card coming in here, which the magician is all about, they're the major manifester, but it's also, when they have their wand, it's such an important awareness for the upcoming months is that so much of what is unfolding in the possibilities for your future is where you're investing your energy in each moment because we talk a lot on this channel with spirit. They bring through it's like a little kid going into a bakery and they pointing at a donut in the little glass cabinet thingy, and they're just like pointing at this donut, and so the baker loads up a dozen donuts, maybe even a baker's dozen, throws in a 13th one and goes, all right, here. And the little kid's like, oh, I hate that, why are you giving me that? They're like, what's what you're pointing at? And they're like, "Well, no, I was pointing out because I hate those donuts." And like, "Well, what you can do is point out what you love, and I will bring you more of that instead of what you don't want." And they're like, "Oh, that's how that works." So when we focus on like what we're fearing, what we feel is missing in our life, what we fear will leave our life, what we fear will come in, we're growing that and asking for more of those things. But when we focus on what we're grateful for, on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, we get more of that instead. And so I feel like they're telling you here for the future coming in that it's such an important piece of this journey here for you, um, to realize that you are the co-creator of your life, and wherever you're focusing your energy is what is growing and expanding. And we're all taught this habit of focusing on what we're fearing will come in or leave our life, and so we are taught to focus on all that, and we're constantly growing all that. But when we're ready, we can change our habit. There's neither right neither wrong. We come here to experience all that lack and all that missingness and all that hating things in our life. But when we're ready, we can change that habit. And something I mention a lot is, we can um like on your phone, you can set a vibrating silent alarm so you don't irritate everyone around you. But every hour, half hour, however fast you want to change your habit, because repetition is how we change it, right? So it just keeps bringing us back to gratitude or to joy, whatever you're wanting to change. You can do that. So I feel like that's what's coming through for you right now, Divine Light. So many blessings to you. That is what they have. And Pinky Pink, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. So thank you so much, KDP, for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. And you want to know, is Cecilia purposely manipulating you with her drama? Or uh, is he subconsciously acting? Um, Or is she subconsciously acting the way she does? Okay. So is it purposeful or is it accidental? I get you. Okay. And Pink Pumpkin, I was actually talking to Pinky Pink, who's at the further up on the list. I do go down in order, first come, first serve. So thank you for liking and subscribing. We'll hopefully get down to where you're at there. No, it's okay. I just didn't want you to be like, oh, I'm next. And then you're like, wait a minute, this isn't me. All right. So let's take a look here, Katie. All right. All right. Yeah, I don't feel like that it is them this is for you, KDP. So I don't feel like this is that they're intentionally manipulating. We've got the Saturn devil energy coming in here, which is about, um mirroring and reflecting for you here. We've got the reason it's coming up here is like there's this um, you know, uh, letting go of the expectations and the cages and having this freedom that comes from it, like this freedom from being manipulated, right? Because I like she's crazy. We're talking about her being a mirror, so careful. How are you crazy, Katie? You're like, "Nope." Here she's looking in the mirror, right? No. but this is the inner strength card. So you got 3 major arcana, which they're showing you, these what mirror is she showing you? Because then you got the 9 of pentacles and the hermit card, the other the master 9 and the small nines here. So, it's like there's this solidity that you're having, this inner journey, and you're like, oh, okay, I see. Because there is and it could be subconsciously that she's doing this because we are all taught to manipulate. Our human side is it's passed down from generations and ancestor to ancestor because there's like 3 stages of manipulation that we're taught. One is the poor me, right? So it's like when we realize this, when we realize we've done it too, that was the big aha for me is like, uh, I manipulate. This is what I was taught. And that's what my mom and was taught, and that's what her mom was taught, and that's what, her parents are taught. It's like it's just generation to generation. You can see this is how we've always acted until we stop it. We break the chain. But the 3 stages of manipulation are the poor me. It's like, "Oh, I'm so sad because I didn't get what I wanted," and we're taught other people's emotions are our responsibility, and everyone, is responsible for my emotions, which is not true. You can give someone the world and they could still choose to be unhappy. So we're taught you are supposed to be in control of something that you have no control over. Well, what a setup that is, right? So with the poor me is the first thing of like the sadness and the, oh, well, I was really hoping I could do this. Oh, well, no, no, we can do what you want to do then. I'm sorry, you know. And if that doesn't work, if step one or depth com one doesn't work, then it goes into the bully, which then if people don't give in to our and some people jump almost right past stage one, especially if they've had an abusive childhood, where they were taught to jump to stage two of brah, anger, throwing things, knocking things around, even physically abuse, right? To get and make people fear and do what I want them to do. So if the sad doesn't work, then the roar. And if that doesn't work, then the third stage, which is what our human fears, is rejection. It's the, cold shoulder, the hanging up, the ignoring, the ghosting, all of that. And if that doesn't work, um, then they'll go back to the and repeat 1, 2, 3, and you'll see it because people will subconsciously. This is what we're taught to do, and we just do it. It's our habit. And well, I can't believe when I hung up on you or when I left the room, you didn't come after me. And then if that doesn't work, then brah, the more rejection, and you'll just see it. And we'll also see it, in our own way too. Yeah. Um, and it makes sense. I mean, if but, when we are realizing that everyone is a mirror for us and if people aren't acting the way we think they should and acting differently, it's like, okay, well, if I feel unsafe, you don't have to be around them. But also, we understand that they're a mirror, and then we can look at ourselves and go, okay, why did I want to experience them in my life? Because there's no accident, right? There's no the creator is not paying attention, accidentally knocks over a bottle of crazy people into our lives and go, "Oops, sorry, didn't mean to spill that on you, but hopefully you're okay." No, it's on purpose for a purpose, right? And so it allows us to see things about ourselves, and then we can realize that when people are in fear, we do stupid stuff. We do act crazy because we are out of our minds. Um, because when our human child, our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, I think we've talked about this before, but it's always good, like the cat mind, right? It's um we kick out our intelligent, emotionally intelligent, loving, compassionate side of us because it goes into fight or flight mode and it doesn't want that. It wants to fight or flee, and it goes into a little 2-year-old that's doing whatever it feels it needs to do to feel in control. And, it's like when people are panicking, drowning, they do all sorts of crazy stuff like smack people and grab onto them and almost drown them trying to save themselves, or like someone yelling fire in a theater, people will trample other people to get away because they're panicking. They're not thinking rationally and compassionately. They're just self survival, stuff that comes in. So when people act crazy, it's usually because they are feeling they're in extreme fear. So that's what's happening there. But I don't feel like it's purposeful. Like, I'm in my emotionally intelligent and I'm like, I'm gonna manipulate you. It's all, about they're in fear and they're just reverting to the subconscious reaction survival mode that's coming in. So that is what we have for you, KDP. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. And again, thank you for your donation. You are very welcome. All right. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, it's working. It came through. So thank you so much. The email did come through. All right. All right. So let's take a look here. So, number one, will you get that? Number two, if so, how would you like it? Right. And then three. Anything else? Yep. Okay. So you got 2, 2, and 2. Let's take a look here. So you have the high priestess here and the knight of, the page of cups, which would be this new, this newness. I feel like there is this, with this new emotion. So I feel like that you could get that there, but the high priestess is, stepping back, seeing things from a higher perspective, behind the veil, diving deep. I feel like there's something hidden that you need to know. And it's almost like off the bat, they're going, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's see how you would like it here. Well, here it feels with the hanged man, there is this transformation. There is seeing things from a higher perspective. Queen of Pentacles normally means like abundance and stuff, but there's a lot of nurturing yourself here, seeing things from a higher perspective. This feels like delay coming in here. Let me see what these last cards are. Even though, you could look at these cards and be like, oh, okay. But there's this energy that's behind it here. Okay. uh, we're negotiating for remote. Three of Pentacles is being true to your authentic self. The Tower, things being removed out on purpose for a purpose. I don't feel like they would allow it here, and I feel like the position wouldn't last with the Tower card here with that particular company there. It just doesn't feel like they would allow you to be you. I feel like you would end up almost feeling like you do now. There's like this feeling of delay, and so I feel like they're really telling you here to take care of yourself here. Oh, hell no. I just I don't like this here. I feel like I need to pull one of these cards here for you. I feel like I want to do an absolute affirmations card for you. Let's take a look here. Mm. I like it. So I feel like they're talking about self-care here. I feel like it would be stressful. That's why they're saying here, my thoughts are healthy, therefore I am healthy. And then here, let me just show you this for the sake of the video, and then I'll read it, which says, a mindset of self acceptance, excuse me, and body positivity is key to a healthy mind and body. Like that being true to your authentic self and the taking care of your body, taking care of your stress, right? By actively taking the steps to incorporate healthy eating habits and positive self talk, you can balance your physical and psychological well being while working toward an improved quality of life. So I still feel with this health, it feels like, yeah, health, right? I just saw what you typed. I'm like, I kind of feel like this is all nudging you towards health. Really for your health, but also this little hint of healthy, 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 healthy. Because a health company, of course, would do that. That's funny. Boom. So there we go. So that is your answer. Well, there's your answer. Too funny. All right. But I love it for you, and that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation, and I'm excited for your adventure. It's going to be unfolding here very soon, right? All right. So, Pinky Pink, we are back to you for the free readings. Everything, is everything over between you and Leo? Let's see here what they want you to know here. Yeah, we've got the World card, which is an ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. But you have the Magician card coming in here, which I like. It's someone who divine masculine energies of new fire, new movement. It just feels more empowered on a journey here. So, this is ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new adventure, free of a lot of things, and someone that feels magical that comes into your life instead. So I feel like there is this movement forward, and the Magician card is also this energy of you stepping forward, knowing you have everything you need inside of you, and that you don't need to depend on the old ways of approaching things and the old attachments. It's time. So I do like that for you. All right, Pinky Pink, that is what they have for you. So hang in there. You have a wonderful adventure ahead of you. And Priya, all right, we did get down to you now. I know you said hello a while ago. So many blessings to you. And you want to know, how can you heal your inner child, and what does the universe say for you? All right. And of course, I just when it comes to psychological stuff and things too, just I just have to say, here in the United States, I'm not a licensed counselor or professional, certified. So, tarot is designed for entertainment purposes, and of course, you should always pursue professional assistance. And everyone ultimately decides what decisions they want to make for themselves. So, I see here. All right. So, here's the full card, which is this new adventure, leaving behind the old ways of thinking and moving into, an adventure, feeling less and less restrictions. And the zero, I usually say, is like a child. It's child energy. It's when we first come down here, we don't have all these um, rules that we're taught as we understand language, and we're told no, 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 yes, 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 no, no. There's this freedom here, and I feel like what they're saying here is like how you can heal your inner child is about allowing your inner child to play, allow them out and interact with them, build their trust, because our inner child actually is um it feels like it's separate from our adult self, and it doesn't trust our adult self, because usually our adult self is saying yes to stuff it doesn't want to do and saying no to things that it wants to say yes to. And so it hears everything and it goes, why are you lying to people? I don't trust you. And so as we start being more true to our authentic self, our inner child starts to respect us and trust us too. There's also a great book. Let's see, I think I have it over here. Yeah. I read this last year, The Presence Process by Michael Brown, and they have some breathing in here, but there's so much in here about connecting to our inner child as well, and about how to help it release a lot of charged emotion that it has going on below the surface. So if that resonates with you, I would really recommend that book. I mean, I've done a lot of shadow work over the years, but when I read that book, it brought me new insights that were amazing as well. So I would definitely look into that because that's what we can do is when we pay attention to it and we hold it. One of the things that he mentions that just was that, no human child has a perfect childhood where they got all of the unconditional love, all the unconditional acceptance, all the unconditional attention and time, unconditional time. No child had the extreme, everything that it wanted. And so it fell short, but we can become the parent, that perfect parent to our little inner child. Even to the point where in my mind's eye, I walked into the hospital nursery where I was at. I picked myself up and just held on to my little baby self and just allowed it to feel this attention. I would just sit there and just feel the love between us. And that's something that you can do, but I definitely recommend that book for anyone that wants to connect more with their inner child and have a lot of release. And the universe here, you have the Eight of Wands here too, which this can be a lot of messages from spirit coming in around you as well. And like that. I was like, it looks like there's a head here, but I feel like there's this messages from spirit, and they're communicating with you all over the place and you can ask them for assistance and ask them for signs and guidance on how you can heal your inner child too. So I like that. I like that we forget that they won't mess with our own free will, but if we, of our own free will, ask them for it, that they will bring us, that assistance. All right, Priya. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you now. All right. Always victory. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let me see if you asked a question up here. If not, you can pop it down below. Let me just scroll, scroll, scroll. Nope, I don't see one up there. Okay, thank you. So, an oracle and a tarot about permanently ending this faster. Okay, so let's take a look here. And if you want to choose between 1 and 9, okay, thank you. So, let's take a look here. I feel like we're starting from here. All right, actually, it ends up being the psychic tarot oracle. So that is what is coming in. Let's take a look here. Do I need to pull the tarot? Accelerated motion. I love it. It's funny. It's just funny. So, this is the Eight of Wands. This card represents speed, flight, swift movement, hope, passion, and above all, ending to delays. The condition around you are perfect and appear to be rapidly heading in the direction of your goals and desires. Luck is on your side, and your enthusiasm is at an all time high. Brace yourself as you finally witness the manifestation of what you've worked for and visualized. This is a call for initiative, but you should also ask yourself, is there anything else in my life that I need to act on now? Be wise and take advantage of these ideal conditions. Now isn't the time for you to fight against the river of life. Trust, have faith, and go with the flow. The strong current is taking you to a positive outcome and future. Boom. Let's see what else you got here. Yeah. We've got the devil card here. We've got the 7 of cups and we've got the 5 of wands. So, it's like the Saturn card here, that's all about things being brought to our face for us to move past emotional confusion, move past, this energy of conflict. And so it the Saturn energy does say when we do the work, we get the reward. And this card just said you've done the work and you get the reward. So I feel like this definitely. I mean, I don't even feel like we needed to look at the tarot. I'm like, he basically asked, "Do I need to accelerate the motion?" Yeah, you can accelerate the motion. So easy breezy, fast and easy. That's the way we like it. Clear messages, right? All right. So that is what they have. And thank you for your donation. Always victory. And many blessings to you. All right. Go forward and conquer. All right, Kevin to the boohooing. I know I probably murder that every time, but I like pretending I know how to say it. All right. How will your father's farm business grow? Hmm. Yeah, we got the magician card coming in here, and this is about initiating and putting forth energy, and wherever they focus their energy is what is going to grow. And so, how much it will grow depends on where they're focusing their energy the most. If I'm focusing on fearing my farm isn't going to grow, I'm telling the universe I really enjoy fearing that my farm isn't going to grow. So can you make it grow slowly or not at all? Or I really hate something. Whatever energies we focus on grows and expands. But the more that the focusing on gratitude for what growth there is will bring more growth. Focusing on joy and happiness and laughter and peace and all of that, we tell the universe, I really enjoy being grateful for these things. Can I have more to be grateful for? And like, sure. The example that Spirit's been given that's just so clear in my mind. A little child walking into a bakery in the little glass window and pointing, pointing, and so the baker, gives them a dozen of those donuts. They're like, "I hate these." Like, "Why are you pointing at it? Point out what you love and what you want more of, and I'll give you more of that." So whatever we're pointing at is what, unfolds and grows. So whatever, if we could focus on gratitude for the growth that there is, and being aware of the energies, because wherever we're focusing the most is what grows the most, right? So that's what's coming in, Kevin. So I like it. That's right where the power needs to be, right? So many blessings to you. Right, always victory. Thank you for your additional donation, and I'm sure you'll pop your next question down there. But just for the sake of time, since I've hit 2 hours, I'm just going to pull a card here for high vibes. You want to know your future spouse's personality traits and zodiac sign. Well, 10 of Wands, a lot of energy, a lot of, they're like someone who's always going. A lot of energy invested, a lot of time, but they get a lot of reward too. But I feel like they're just always on the go. And fire sign, of course, with the wand. So, that can, definitely be, Aries, Leo, Sag, for there. So that's a little tidbit of the personality traits and zodiac sign of your future spouse. So many blessings to you. All right, Rishi, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. Okay, and always victory. I don't see an additional question yet. Oh, there it is. Boom. So is I getting help from anyone? What is their current state? All right, let's take a look here. L. Okay, L. Spirit knows anyway. So are they getting any help from anyone, and what is their current state? All right. The state of Alabama. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. Um we've got the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. So I feel like they are getting assistance because there's this movement that's happening, and they are pursuing seeing things from a higher perspective, changing thoughts and mindsets and beliefs. So I feel like they are getting assistance from someone. And we got the 6 of wands here, which is victory, which is success, and so I feel like there is progress being made, especially with the knight. Both of these feel like movement type of cards here. And let me see what they have here. Okay. Yeah, I like it. The 3 of Pentacles is they're learning to be true to their authentic self, and, we've got the 7 of Swords, which they're learning here, with this of their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve them. The help is helping them, you know, these deceiving thoughts, these thieving thoughts that they've had in their life, are being removed, from that and being moved away there. And again, the 2 of Cups, um, it's like the Lover's card. It represents a important connection, like a partner that's helping them with this. And I feel like it's, a professional type of relationship. It is someone that is um, has developed this strong bond with them that they trust, and that's why they're making this progress. So I really like this. Um, the energy that's around here, especially the victory and the movement and the freedom and the clearing away of these thoughts and beliefs that have been stealing from them in the past. So I like it. And that's what's coming in there. So hopefully that helps always victory. But it's that type of feel that's coming in there. It feels like, you know, um, I don't know, like recovery, or counseling type of energy around it, if this is what we were looking for. But it does feel like they're making this, whatever this important relationship is, it is helping them. So that is what is coming in. So thank you again for your additional donation. I appreciate that. And KDP, thank you for your additional donation. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. So you want to know, why is Marlene upset with you still? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Isn't that the wonderful thing? I think was it in your last room we were talking about how you can give someone the world and they can still choose to be unhappy, because if someone's unhappy on the inside, that's outside of our control. That's the manipulation, right? I'm unhappy. You need to make me happy. It's like, no, let's take a look here. What's going on with Marlene here? Okay. And what else here? Okay. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Two fives and two sevens. So, um, yeah, I'm going to put them this way because, and the reason why I say it that way, whenever you're looking at the minor arcana and you're looking at like an eight, you have four on each side. There's this flow, there's this movement, it's progress. It's like, okay, this feels good, flow, no stagnancy, there's no obstacle. But then you get a five, a seven, nines. That's like putting a giant boulder right in the middle of the path where there's something, an obstacle, there's um clutter, there's what I used to say, there's like clutter in the pipeline. Like things don't move, right? And so it definitely understands. I don't feel like it's just you that this upsettedness is flows out to everyone, because she's got the five of pentacles, which is, these feelings of abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind, um, you know, all that type of energy. The other five of wands, so energy that just, it's a lot of fear is ignited, and so they, like frying pan, just heat up, heat up, heat up. It's like reaction, reaction, reaction. And then, oh my gosh, I just realized, well, I thought we had all 4, but we got the 7 of cups, emotional confusion. So when they're in fight or flight mode, they have all this emotional confusion going on. And they also have the 7 of pentacles, which 7 of pentacles is more impatience with them, and they're wanting things to happen, and there's frustration as well amongst everything else here. So they've got a lot of stuff going on here. And they're I feel like the message that they have for you is, you've got here's the King of Cups. It's balancing your heart and your mind and you looking for new opportunities in the outside world. This is an opportunity here too for you to look at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, right? Because I am a recovering people pleaser, and I almost had a emotional nervous breakdown in my early 20s. Actually, my late to early 30s, I mean, late 20s, early 30s, because I was trying to do so much with people and work and life and everything else because I felt there was all this stuff that I had to do, which were all of these supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts that were taught. And you know, uh, it's wonderful that we can't achieve everything because that eventually allows us to go, oh, when I'm defining myself by relationships, situations like jobs and education and my body and bank account and possessions, I feel unstable when I'm defining myself by that because people change, they pass away, they walk away, or they're unstable, right? Situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down. So all that outside world makes us feel, you know, no. So um, our own emotions are all about us. You know, we're the ones that create the stories. We're the ones that create the emotions. We're the ones that create our energy. We're the ones that create our actions. Anyone else's actions and words have nothing to do with us. you know, we can think that we influence, we can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or unconditional love. Because I could get in your face and say all sorts of things that I think might hurt you, and you could still choose unconditional love because you realize everything I'm saying is about me anyway, right? But it is always about us. And so she's if people are upset, every moment is either of unconditional love or fear, right? So if the words and actions coming out of someone's mouth, if it's not unconditional love, then it's fear. And if it's fear, it's a little 2-year-old and their pet cat that are saying things, and that's all about what's going on inside their world, not what's going on out here in reality. And so, whatever we see, if we're not feeling unconditional love, then we can go like, okay, what am I fearing? And, that's what this is all about. She's mad. Mad is fear. Upset is fear, because that's the fight or flight of fear, right? And if it seems like nothing makes her happy, again, everyone is a mirror for us. And so what we're observing, we can ask, um, why am I upset with me still? We can turn it around, right? Um, what more can I do to please myself? It seems like nothing makes me happy. And how is that true? Because these mirrors are reflecting everything back for our sake. And what we think we see in someone else is actually a mirror reflection for us. If you ever have a chance, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it. I mention her every once in a while, but Byron Katie, wonderful, wonderful, amazing lady. She has a website, thework.com, and there's a judge your neighbor worksheet on it, which is so perfect because it allows you to think of a specific situation, and your human side gets to throw up on the page to about our feelings and what I expect other people to do and my advice for them and what I don't want to ever see happen again. And it allows us some beautiful turnarounds. The more honest we are with what we're feeling, the more things turn around. And it's just amazing, amazing, amazing. Maybe one of these days, I'll maybe do some worksheets and we can step through examples because it's one of the huge things that help transform my life. And that's why spirit brings it up so much, because it's beautiful, beautiful mirroring awareness for it. Um, so she's upset with herself. There's nothing that you can do to please her unless she chooses to be pleased. And she could constantly be in a state of unhappiness because she might be in perpetual fear. And it's stepping out of the fear that will, um, do that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we get upset. People don't realize they've upset us. And it's because they haven't upset us. We got upset about something that someone's doing. It triggered something inside us, and people are oblivious. Like, "Wait, are you okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, don't you realize what you did to me?" Because they're like, No. Well, you wore blue on a Tuesday." And they're like, "What are you talking about? Don't you know that when you wear blue on a Tuesday, that means you hate me?" And there's just when you take things to this extreme, you realize there's a lot of rules out there that we have no idea what's going on in someone, and we are playing the villain and the hero and the victim all at the same time, and we don't know who with. So the greatest amount of it's like the most productive use of our energy is looking at what am I seeing in everything. And I really encourage you to check out thework.com, Byron Katie. And she also has a YouTube channel, but definitely it's life-changing turnaround stuff that you realize it allows you to take all your power back when you realize, "Oh, this is about me." Yeah, then don't. You know? So who says, right? Um, but that's the biggest thing is that, when we're experiencing our emotions because, um, something's triggered inside us by what we think we're seeing and what we're interpreting in the outside world. What I'm seeing in the mirror is what's upsetting me, not what's going on out there. So it's all about the self-reflection, and that's where the freedom comes in. And trust me, like I said, I was almost at the point of nervous breakdowns and one point suicide when I was 22, and um, life is so much more beautiful when we're free from the cages that we've put ourselves in. So hang in there, Katie. Hang in there. But definitely check out thework.com if it resonates, and Byron Katie, because she's just amazing. It's beautiful, beautiful turnarounds. All right. So thank you again for your donation and hang in there. I just feel like you're like so close to this huge bright light going off that you're just like, and then you just step out of this cage and you just feel this freedom. And what a great time to do it. 4th of July here in the United States, right? Freedom. All right. Thank you again. Much love to you, Katie. Hang in there. All right. Lisa Sarkar, thank you so much. I was just looking. You must have sensed me looking and searching for your question. Thank you for your donation. You want to know how and when may you come across your future spouse, or have you already come across through social media? All right, let's take a look here. How and when? Let's see what spirit wants you to know here. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, okay. Okay. All right. I got 4 major arcana and I'm pushing them for more, but we'll see what they have here. Okay. All right, fine. So your first card that coming out here of the how and the when, they've got the Hierophant. And I with these cards, I don't feel like you've met him yet. Um, we've got the Hierophant, which is this invitation to search inward to discover your capital T truths of who you want to be, what you truly want, and it's connecting to your high heart. Because you also have the Judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place to see things from this different perspective, from the your higher self's perspective. And then you also got the Strength card, which is your higher self encouraging you and drawing you into seeing life from a different perspective. And then also maybe the so many of the things about seeing things from a higher perspective, the Hanged Man, seeing things from a higher perspective, and the transformation of like you're in a cocoon and you're moving from one from a caterpillar into a butterfly, and you're in this transformation period here. So, they're all about, well, we know you want to know who and when and all this, but like they're saying, the more you focus on your higher self and your self love, the faster things will speed up. The when is all up to you, and it's all about this, you know, type of energies that are there, and you are making the choices, right? The more you like, life slows down for you to raise your love vibration so that your ability to give and receive love also expands. Otherwise, we're going to do what we always did and get what we've always gotten, right? So it's like there's this, and if you four major arcana weren't enough, you got a fifth one, which is the devil card, which is about questioning all of your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, doing the work so you can get the reward, which then eventually, I mean, you do have the ace of, that's the wands, right? Yeah, the ace of wands, new passion, new energy that comes in, but it is so much about where you're investing your energy right now. So there, you know, the ace of wands is what is telling me that you haven't met them yet because you're going through all this transformation and this transition, so you won't have all this baggage left from, like, if you already knew them, there might be like leftover baggage of interactions with them, and they want you to transform into this butterfly, and then you're gonna meet a butterfly, not like have a relationship with a caterpillar. They're having you go through this transformation and this movement up in love so that you can have this higher experience fluttering with a butterfly that's also has a higher love vibration than lower vibrational stuff. So I know we want dates and times and all this, but the more you invest into your self love and higher love, the faster that it comes to you, though, too. So, and then also it depends on what work they're doing on their side as well. So that's what's coming through, Lisa. I know, but at least the power's within your hands mostly, right? Which is where we want it. But that's what's coming through for you. So many blessings, Lisa. Thank you again for your donation. Miss Honey Love, no, I have not gotten into your reading yet. You're very welcome. All right, Seba Fantima, thank you so much for your donation. You want to know FA's current feelings for you, a no contact situation. All right, let's see what we've got here. All right, let's see what we have. Grr, grr. Okay. So, we've got this King of Wands here, which is a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of energy. And I've got the Three of Cups here, which for me that means whenever we have this type of energy in the situation, this is representing like a third party situation, which, there's like another love in their life. And I don't know if there's even just one. It just feels like with this King of Wands, they've got so much, whoops, so much passion, so much, energy that's just, it just feels like they're in all these directions. It just doesn't, that's why I was like, eh. But then I like this for you because I do see here, the nine is the hermit's journey, right? And, the Nine of Pentacles is about you being self sufficient and standing strong and independent, which I like for you, because then you also have the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. And what I like about this is that the Queen of Cups, of course, she rolls over water, gets a second portion of water. So, very in charge of your emotions, mastering your emotions. But I like this energy, this story that unfolds here is because there is someone else that comes into your life. If you look at a queen as someone who knows it has the heart of the kingdom, shares her desires of the kingdom, and the knight goes and puts action and makes it happen. And I like this. It's like someone who's attentive to the queen, someone who wants to bring the love, wants to offer the ace of cups to the queen, and has like takes on this quest for her. And this is the type of relationship that you deserve and that is there for you, but not from that third party situation. This is someone new that comes in that recognizes what you need and wants to help fulfill you emotionally, which I feel is what you deserve. And that's what I like here. Overall, it is positive if you can just let that go and go on along those lines there. The Nine of Pentacles does again, shows you this little period of independence where you realize I I can be strong on my own. I don't need someone. Um, and I like this. The Queen of Cups is she expands her self love, finds such amazing fountains of love within herself that helps her, you know, be more open and able to be loved by others and love others. Um, so I like it. I feel like this happened on purpose for you because they wouldn't they wouldn't be able to give you what you need, which is the person that's coming in your future will be able to so much more. And sometimes we get to experience duds so that we can be more appreciative of people later that we wouldn't be so appreciative for if we hadn't experienced the other people first, right? But that's what's coming in for you, Seba. So many blessings to you. April, no, I haven't gotten to yours yet here. Yeah. I'm in the middle of doing some donations right now, so I'm not sure where you're at towards the free readings. I got through several free readings, but I don't recall doing yours yet. All right. So Galatians, welcome, welcome, Mr. New Yorker. So you just came back from the beach. You're not stalking anyone. Stalkers don't need to state that they're not stalking anyone. Just an FYI. And you're just at the beach every day. Okay. Okay. And you felt their energy all day. Thanks for clarifying. Let's take a look here. And thank you for your donation if I did not thank you already. All right. All right. So stop laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. There's a difference. So we've got the justice, not the justice card, the judgment card, which is this calling to this higher place, but there's double endings and double new beginnings that come in here. And I feel like, the 6 of swords is moving and changing, leaving fears behind. So I feel like she was thinking about you, but it has to do here with these expectations. If you haven't contacted her yet, I feel like she's like, okay, she's writing you off because she feels like you're not interested without any contact. There's the 10 of swords is, just tired of trying to live up to other people's expectations. The 6 of swords, of course, is the movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. And so they're leaving behind these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, dropping expectations to move forward here. Because I feel like this is where they're at right now. Is they're like, okay, well, 3 of wands, different direction, head off on a new adventure that's free of expectations. So I feel like they are just like, okay, I'm I'm ready to drop a lot of this, the source of my pain, which, with the 6 of swords is like the 3 of swords that they leave behind, you know. Um okay. But leaving behind this old emotions and old feelings and all this stuff and moving forward too. So um I just feel like she has all this expectations and stuff that she has just left and left and left behind there. I mean, I know that sometimes, there's these fears of rejection. And I feel, and we talked about her dad and we know that she had a not too good relationship with them, not trusting. And so I feel like she's just had so many mirrors of her father that had shown up in her life that she would put herself out there and get disappointed, put herself out there and get disappointed. And I feel like she also, like you said, you're tired of it. She's tired of the constant disappointment that she's had in all these mirrors that she drew to herself of her father, and that no one ever um like stuck around long enough. It's almost like she kind of has been trained to wait to get rejected, and so she just stops trying, which is self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So, you know, it's funny 'cause, I'm thinking of a conversation that, my host, she had, around a situation, yeah, and even got Emperor Aries, "Step up," which is, because there was like they were texting back and forth and or not even like there was intermittent texting and she was like, I just called him, and she goes, it's just if you just call him and then because it goes, there's so much that you miss at texting, and so maybe try calling, right? Yeah, 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 and you don't have to, but I feel like understanding where someone's coming from, yeah, and here comes the 10 of swords again. That she just had so many fears, so many expectations. Like, she was the one that always, 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 she'd go out on the limb, and then she'd turn around, and they're sawing the limb, and then she would fall. And then she would get back up and go, "Okay, not everyone's the same." Go out on another limb and and it was, like, over and over and over. Yeah. Alright. Well, yeah, I feel like, you've done your job as a mirror then, because what did you learn through it all? I wouldn't, not with the 3 of wands and the full card and the dropping of all this, you can't force her to change her mind. She has to change her heart, and she's in the middle of all that, and so, sometimes we can't help, what other people see, right? They just, are gonna see what they're gonna see. And but the biggest thing that, of course, that being a reader yourself is, what did I learn through this about myself? I like that you're like, you know what? I need to, respect myself. And that's great. That self-respect. Um, and then any fears that came up, anything that comes up, you can look at that. It's always beneficial because then we don't need another mirror. Like I had 5 mirrors that showed me the same thing over 10 years. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I see it now. So that's usually my advice to people. Spend as much time looking in the mirror as you can of that other person, because then you don't have to have another mirror that comes in there. Well, that's an interesting observation. You might also, look and say, you know, um, how am I playing games, right? Because if we think everyone else is playing a game, how am I playing games with myself? It's always these turnarounds that's amazing, right? And yeah. So I like it, but hang in there, hang in there. New York City's full of plenty of mirrors, right? Yay! All right, but thank you again so much for your donation and your sense of humor and allowing me to laugh with you. I appreciate it. All right. Much love to you, brother. All right, always victory. Thank you so much for your additional donation. I need like another psychic tarot and a few tarot. It says, if you fast and increase the speed of your efforts, will this end within the next week? Let's take a look here. Mm, Just refresh these here. Okay. Okay. Anything else? All right. So let's look at the tarot here. All right. So your psychic tarot card that came in is Passion Ignited. And I believe this is the Ace of Wands. I love this beautiful card. And it says the first of the spirit cards signifies that this is the time to let your soul soar. New beginnings, ideas, revelations, and exciting adventures await you in your personal or business life. Creative endeavors, enthusiasm, positive energy, and a renewed spiritual strength are at an all time high. The powerful force of spirit is flowing through you, and with it comes a new sense of purpose. Be all that you can be, reach inside and tap into that force. Use it to move forward and set up a strong foundation for the future. Other people may feel your excitement and joy and begin to benefit from the spark of life that's emanating from you. They'll wonder, what's your secret? And your energy could even ignite their own spiritual journey. Follow your intuition, but know that this is your time to spread your wings and fly. Boom. um, so I feel like there's this energy that's here. I mean, you've got the 9 of Wands and the 3 of Wands coming in here too, which the 3 of Wands is you choosing to go a different direction. And then also the 9 of Wands, the hermit's journey of, managing your your Ace of Wands, of where are you going to invest it? What are you doing here? And stepping into your power here. Um, I feel it's more energetic than it is like physical, because I didn't get like pentacles energy here, because you've got emotional energy with the 7 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. Here's emotional stability, and the 7 of Cups, you know, can mean there's a lot of different emotions that you're feeling. I like that these came out together because this means this isn't emotional confusion. You have emotional stability, but this is about what do you want to choose? Where do you want to go? And I feel like that is where your energy comes in. It's you focusing like where you want to do it. I don't know if feel like you necessarily have to fast. I feel like this is stepping into your spiritual power. But if you feel that way, if you feel like that's what helps you, follow your gut, follow your intuition, like it says. If you're feeling like, well, this is what I should do, but your gut's going, nope, 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 then trust your gut. If it's in your gut, in your intuition and spirit going, no, it's not I should fast, it's I could. When you say I could fast, what energy does that bring to you? Is it a yes or a no? And I feel like that'll bring clarity there for you. It can. Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely look at here and see for sure. So will fasting help? Whoa. Cards down, cards down. All right. Let me just reshuffle these here. All right. So one card and multiple cards came out. That's why I put them back in there. All right. Here's the one card. Got the tower. So the tower, whoops, the tower would be, you know, things are removed out of your life for you. So for me, this would be a no card. It's a things are done for you card, not you doing that there. So for me, that's what that comes through as. Um, yeah, because fasting can increase spiritual power at times, but it's a tool like anything else. And overall, I feel trust your gut. So if you are like I want to fast, then do it. That's the whole thing is that we have the power. Um, and sometimes that helps with you know overdo it. You got the 8 of Wands, following spirit and follow the messages from spirit. So I almost feel like they're saying, just ask us for a sign and we'll give you a sign. And you're like, well, that's what I am doing these cards for. But I feel like they're developing this relationship with you here. Yeah, and you got the Hanged Man, so that would be a wait for me too. So all the cards that I've gotten, are that has the energy of no, it's not needed. You're stepping into your power outside of that, and I like all this energy that is coming in here. So that is what they have for you. Always victory. So hopefully that helped. Many blessings to you. You're going through your list of jobs. All right. So, love 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for your additional donation. So, I will disregard the question that you sent. And your new question is the month of August, right? Jing, 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 jing. Let's take a look here. Oh, they're so funny. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. I want to pull an oracle card for you too. So, choose a number between 1 and 9. Yeah. So you got we talked about this card already here, right? Of course, an 8. So, we've got the strength card, which is normally the number 8, but it's the number 11 on here, right? So we've got the eight, strength and connection to your higher self, and you've got even the Hierophant, which is this invitation to connect inwardly. So August is this wonderful internal um, strengthening and this clarity of life purpose and where you want to do and what you're wanting to do. You also have the Aries energy here. So the Emperor stepping up and making decisions. Listen to everyone's opinion and advice, but you are stepping up and deciding what you're wanting here. And you have the Six of Pentacles, which is abundance coming in where you are have enough for yourself and you're able to give to others too. So these are these, types of energies that come in here too. So I like that. And then I feel like so one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight is this one here. I feel like number eight was because of the strength card. So we're going with the number eight there. So all right. What else for the month of August? Oh, boo, 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 boo. My heart is open to receiving love. I like it. So, card number 24. And it says, the heart is the center of heaven and earth where we are most receptive and giving, that giving and receiving card. The heart helps us communicate with and through our soul. It is the core of life and helps us transcend the body. Awareness of the heart allows us to connect with our emotions and open up to love and healing. Is your heart open or closed? The heart holds the eternal consciousness and is connected to the divine. The heart is the center for healing and divine love, which translates into other forms of love. Love isn't only practiced between you and other people in your life, it is the universal connection and the eternal love of the divine. The heart is where healing starts. And when you have gone through pain and traumas, you can lose the heart connection. And this can manifest as lacking self love, feeling disconnected, lacking communion with the divine source, and feeling almost like an empty shell. When you're conscious of your heart and open it up, you invite unconditional love, compassion, healing, and forgiveness. Plant medicine comes into play here, and it says many cultures have different practices of working with the heart center, one of which is plant medicine. The rose, in all its forms, flower, oil, tincture, and tea, is heart opening and healing. Another beautiful plant medicine is raw cocoa, cacao, CACAO, traditionally used as a ceremonial medicine. You can eat it raw or blend it with warm plant milk and let it pour into your heart. So, some plant medicine that you can use to open your heart even further, because the Kurdish, they have Kurdish traditional clothing, and the cacao bean represent healing and opening the heart. And the roses down here are heart healing, and the chalice, of course, is eternal love. So there is this repetitive, message here of connecting to your higher self and diving in. So, it very much is this, connection in August to higher self as well. But you're making decisions, you have movement, you're bringing in the money and feeling full and complete and overflowing too. So I like it all. So, whoa, these cards go flying. But that's what's coming in. So I like that. Always victory. Not always victory. Sorry. I was just reading your name. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, thank you so much for your extra donation there. All right. And I think Just to make sure here. Okay, yeah. All right, always a victory. Um, Thank you for your additional donation. And will you ever feel like your life was worth the extreme effort you put in, right? So an oracle and tarot. Whoa. Okay. No, KDP, you'll be up next. Always victory is up first there. Um, and then to you. All right. So always victory. Here's your oracle. This will be from the Law of Positivism Healing Oracle. All right. This beautiful card here. I'm just going to zoom in here. Card number 10. See if I can. Beautiful, beautiful. And it says on the bottom here, I release energy that is blocking my inner vibrational flow. Card number 40. I thought it was 10, but it's 40. And it says the flow of subtle energy within our body's energy channels what sustains life and vitality. This energy, called prana or chi, must flow through the energy channels, nadis or meridians, undisturbed to be able to fuel the body's functions and mind. A blockage appears as a dis-ease, discomfort, or just a sense of imbalance in the body. Any imbalance in the body starts on a subtler level and then starts affecting the system as a whole. A blockage or stagnation in the energy channels hinders the energy from flowing smoothly, and we can feel stuck. A physical or mental blockage can manifest as pain, discomfort, and recurring thoughts. When we become more aware of our energetic body, we also feel if there is a flow through our body or if we have a blockage. When our energy body is imbalanced and stagnant, this can manifest physically in many ways. For example, fatigue, pain, insomnia, indigestion, and an inability to think clearly and create goals and visions. And it has questions to release blockages. And it says use these questions and suggestions to work with your energy flow and create a release of any stagnation or blockage. And there's like what, 7? So 1 is, am I moving my body and energy through exercise, movement, meditation, and breath work? Number 2, am I eating fresh and whole foods from the earth filled with prana? Number 3, is my living environment healthy and balanced? Number 4, am I spending enough time in nature? Number 5, when did this blockage occur and why? Number 6, am I holding on to something in the past? And number 7, can I release control and trust more? Oh, almost, right? Number 7. Oh, that's my what do they call it? Um, I forget. It's like the person, the thing that's against me. The symbols for this, the mountains and rivers of Kurdistan and the eagle represent freedom. Yazidi temple and the river represent our inner channels of energy and flow. And I didn't even see. Oh, there is a man right there. I didn't even see him on the side. In traditional Kurdish clothing, the goat is determination. Achilles heel, yeah. Or like what was it like? Sherlock Holmes, the nemesis, my nemesis. Achilles heel, nemesis, right? Yeah. So it does show here. Will you ever feel like your life was worth yes, the sun, woo, doo, 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 doo. So you will. There'll come a time when you'll look back and go, okay, I see now why my journey happened the way it was and why everything unfolded there, right? And you also have the justice card. You'll feel justice served, right? The things will balance. You'll see things from a different perspective, and you'll see like, oh, okay, now I get it. And you also have the Queen of Wands coming in here, which is seeing all the energy that you put in. She, is determination. She's able to really super focus her energy and connect to the spirit world and really make progress and feel like things really come to fruition. So you will definitely, feel like um, you'll understand at some point, like, this, you'll understand your thread and how it intertwined in the whole tapestry of life. Um, Sometime little bits and pieces through humanity, but definitely it's like that trusting that someday I'll understand it all. And that's what faith is, right? Trusting that things are unfolding for me in my life and that life is not a punishment, that the creator has unconditional love and acceptance for us, not conditional, not judgment, not, oh, you messed up again. I'm writing that down. You know, they're all they have for us is unconditional love. And we're here on this adventure. It's like going to the playground, right? And we're like, all right, what is this all gonna mean? What is this all gonna be? And they're like, go have fun, go learn and grow and experience. That's why we're here. There's not, a judgment, type of thing coming in. So but I like it for you always. So you will. The sun card. Woohoo. All right. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your multiple donations. And I appreciate you. Right. You are very welcome. All right, KDP, you are up. And then thank you. Hello, darling. Maria. I do see your PayPal came through. So you'll be up after that. Yay. So thank you for your additional donation too. So what are Vika's thoughts and feelings about you now that you're not friends for over a year? All right. Let's take a look here and see what is going on in them. All right. Well, they got a little bit going on in their life, don't they? Let's take a look here. Okay. What's all this going on? Oh, okay. All right. So here's a story. I'm gonna do the Brady Bunch. But they've got so here's the ending, of the relationship here, of the friendship, right? This death and rebirth. And the Four of Wands here represents, it's usually joy and celebration and all of that. Um, but here's like this when it first happened here, their joy left them, right? So they did feel this challenge here. Um, then the Eight of Cups comes along. With the Eight of Cups, they represents them walking away from emotions that no longer serve them. And I feel like they were a little down for a little while, but they didn't want to feel that way anymore. And so they did, go through this transformation, this transition to purposely walk away from emotions and even other friendships and relationships that you know, um, no longer served them, right? She is prego. Well, that would um, kind of make sense here, but we've got this. King of Pentacles, which is this feeling of abundance in their outside world. They do have the Tower card, where they had felt like people and things were moved out of their life on purpose for a purpose. And so, whatever happened did allow them to move forward in their life and see things differently because they ended up heading off on a new adventure in a different way because of it all. They had the Hanged Man, seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing things differently, a transformation. So it did allow them to go through, a transformation and change. So, I feel like the I don't know if it was suddenness. It just feels like they felt abandoned. They felt betrayed, in their own little world because that's what's going on in here. And because of it, it made them stop and think and reevaluate things. And I feel like it caused them to look at their lives and look at things, like I said, from a different perspective in a different way, which allowed them to move forward and kind of transform from a caterpillar into a butterfly. And I feel like they, are it allowed them to see things differently. And this transformation too, of course, if you're saying she's pregnant, that's why I was saying that makes sense too, because for I feel especially for women when they become pregnant and they can feel life within them, that things change. Their perspective of life changes because it's just like it shakes things, right? Oh, wow. So, all of these characters that we come across in life, they all are characters for our sake. We all are characters for each other's sakes. When we realize that we're so much more than this human character, that we are these powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings who are made of unconditional love. So, um, souls aren't rotten, souls are unconditional, loving, and they're so much more. Now, we do play rotten characters, right? We know we're in the drama of life when there's a victims, heroes, and villains. And regardless if we're not trying to be a villain in other people's lives, unbeknownst to us, we are villains in a lot of people's lives because we are a mirror. And if they have these feelings, we're reflecting back to them, right? And so I know we've talked around about a lot of friends today, a lot of people in our lives. And one of the biggest things that we can realize is that our world is happening inside of us, and we're seeing the world as we are. And there's this reflection that comes in when we see people. And if I have pain because of someone else's, yeah, well, it is another way. Yeah, villain, victim. Um, because in order for us to experiencing what a victim feels like, we need a villain in our lives, right? And so before we come down here, if you ever have a chance to read The Little Soul and the Sun, um, it talks about how we're all these beings of light and experience who we are. We come down here, but we came down here among more light, and we're like, okay, well, I don't know myself any more differently, but I need someone to show me darkness so I can understand my light. And we're like, anyone, and then people were like, no, I can't do it. And but the those that love us volunteer to be like, you know what? Well, everyone loves us on the other side, but we're like, you know what? I will be that jerk for you so you can experience what that feels like. But if you do this for me, like you have to be this for me. You have to be this villain for me. And you're like, okay. So, yeah, I can tell, Katie. We can sense the pain that is bouncing around inside of you. But, eventually, you know, like that 8 of cups, you'll be able to realize that, um, the fear inside of us is what causes us pain, not other people's actions. Because people can do stuff, and it doesn't impact us at all. But someone can do something and it can hurt so deep, but it's because it's a fear. Other people can do it, and we're like, I don't care about you, how you think of me. I don't even know you. But if it's someone we know that we care about and they do something, it hits us so much more than other people would. So um, I don't think so. You know, the biggest thing is, like, you don't realize everything that you did to her in her mind. "You did this to me," and you're like, "I did not." Well, in their world, you did, and you might, if you ever accused them or tell me, "You did this to me," they're like, "I did not." In their world, maybe it didn't, because they're perceiving the world through their conditioning, through their beliefs, their own thoughts and emotions and everything else, and, especially if it's someone who's in a great amount of fear that has an all or nothing type of upbringing, they can't have a fault because that means they're nothing. And so people out of fear will blame everyone else, because if we have an all or nothing mentality, then we will feel like a failure. It's either you're a success, 100% success, or a zero or 100% failure. There's no percentages in between in a black and white world. And a lot of us are taught that and raised that way. So we can't take responsibility for our actions, or it means we're a failure. But when you realize there is no grade system, there is only unconditional love, then it changes things. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, biggest thing, we have our pain, and we'll continue, we can continue to be vessels of pain because of someone else's words or actions, and we carry around our pain. And when we get tired of that, then that's when we can release people. We can forgive the person, not the act, but forgive the person, so we can pour out the pain, so we can become vessels of love, because that's what you probably want to feel. You don't want to be a vessel of pain walking around, right? You probably want to be a vessel of love, because of all the, we eventually get tired of being vessels of pain. It just gets boring. And we're just like, ugh, I'm just tired of this. I want to be a vessel of love. And then when that is out, when those feelings outweigh, then we'll pour it out. And we will. We will choose that. Yeah. Forgiveness happens within you, not doesn't have anything to do with them, because we are the ones that are putting judgments on their actions and their words. So we're the ones that release them. We're the judge and the jury and the prosecution, rah, 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 and so we're the ones that release them. And, it's the same way if someone's passed away, we can't, talk to the human character anymore, but we can release things. We do it for us, we do it for ourselves, not for their sake. Because when you're carrying around this vessel of pain, you are the one that's becoming infected, not them. It's like drinking poison and going, "Aha! Now you're gonna get sick. Why am I not feeling good?" It's inside us, not out there. So, yeah, I don't feel like, it's time yet. If you still have bitterness, it's just gonna blow up more. When you can approach them with love, then you can approach them. But until then, it's not gonna do any good, but create more drama. Yay! All right, but that's what's coming through, Katie, so hang in there, my dear. Many blessings to you, and thank you for all your donations. I appreciate your support. All right, so, I'm actually been on for 3 hours, so, for anyone else that I didn't get to on the free readings, I will be back, this evening in about 5 hours, and Maria, I have not forgotten about you, so I will complete, your donation, first. But, just for everyone else, I do There are 2 days left to enter the drawing. I have every Monday, I have a giveaway, so I won't go into that, but you guys can check a look at the video there if you wanna know how you can get into a chance of winning 1 out of 6 30-minute personal recorded readings that I'm giving away. And then also each week I put out at least 1 pick a card, and this week's pick a card was who can use your help and how can you help them? Also put out a new Take 10 with Zen yesterday. And so this one was about is love real? The first episode was about, and these are videos that are 10 minutes and under with the content. And the first one was dimensions. The second one was spirit guide. So if those interest you, be sure to check that out. And I know it is July, but the June readings that I put out in June also cover the summer and winter solstice, and those are also part of the giveaway. So that's just for your convenience too. All right. So that is for everyone, and I'm gonna complete Maria's reading, and then I'm out because I gotta go eat, and I'll be back in 5 hours. But thanks for all the thumbs up that you guys have given the video. It does help spread the Zen love, so thanks for being part of the love tsunami. All right, so Maria, let's take a look at your daily checkup on your connection with Roberto. You crack me up. I like it. So the daily forecast, let's check in here. What is the weather? Is it sunny? Is it partly cloudy? Are there thunderstorms? What's happening? Let's take a look. And thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. All right. All right. Well, I like this. We've got some positive weather coming in here. You have the 8 of Pentacles, which is you've been putting in the work, and this is progression in the outside world. So there is movement that's happening, even though we may not see it. There is movement that's happening, which I like. Um, and this is what I feel like, I think we get the 2 of Pentacles with them a lot, but this is them, in their little temple, doing their little work, doing their balancing here. The King of Cups balancing their heart and their mind. And they are doing the little inner investigation here. So even though you may not see it on the outside, the people change from the inside out, not the outside in. So there is activity going on the inside, which is where all this is happening. And I do like that you get the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment card, emotional wish fulfillment. So we have this in process, in progress. But I like here how they show that they have the Ace of Cups. All the other emotional fulfillment comes from like this Ace of Cups, and like you've been doing, it's a reinforcement of self-love, self-love, self-love. That's what helps speed things up, and also um we can't love others more than to the extent that we love ourselves, right? Or receive love from others. And so when like I love myself that much, no matter how much love I wanted to put out, it would drip out. No matter how much love anyone wanted to give me, it would just trickle in. But the more you raise and open up your self love and connection to the unconditional love of the higher realms, the more that pipeline also opens up. So it allows us to give and receive love even to the humans in a greater way as well. So I like it. I like it for you, Maria. It feels very positive. It's just like things are moving and grooving, things are turning. It's just a lot of internal stuff that's going on. And it'll make its way to the outside world. And then um, things will never be able to be the same again. It's like a fork in the road will happen, and then there's no turning back, and there's no continuing going forward the way it always was. It has to go one way or another. And of course, with the 9 of Cups, it feels like it would go into the higher direction instead of the parting ways direction, with all those positive cards. So I like it. I know, right? Absolutely. Yeah. It's a win win, win win win, right? So I love it. And again, thank you so much for your donation and for your check in. And good to see you. But I'm gonna head out of here, everyone. Like I said, I will return in less than 5 hours, so I'll see you guys this evening. I'll also be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then most likely tomorrow night too at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So good to see you guys. Much love to you. And as you're going throughout the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, please know that every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there, you take care, and we'll see you soon. Boom.